Now in this video we're going to use our knowledge of gradients and y-intercepts to draw graphs in the most fluent way we possibly can. So, the first thing is, do you know where this line here crosses the y-axis? So if you've been watching all my previous videos, you should. It's the bit without the x. So it's this one. So we can put our first coordinate there. Now, the gradient is the bit with the x, which is a 3. Now you've got to think about drawing a gradient of 3. You can do this in many ways, but what is the easiest way of drawing it? What is the smallest triangle you could do to get 3? What are the smallest numbers that when you do dy by dx, you get 3? And that is 3 and 1. So that's what I'm going to do. You could do like 2 and 6, 3 and 9, but 1 and 3 is the easiest. So I'm going to go along 1 and up 3. And I can actually do that over and over and over again. So I get loads of points. And I could go down, so as long as it follows the same pattern, I'll go left and down, it doesn't matter. If I then go back, it's still 1 and 3. And then you draw the line, and you label your line as well. So here's another one. So the y-intercept this time is -4, it's the bit without the x. This time the gradient is 5, so the smallest triangle I can do is 1 and 5, or 5 divided by 1. So 1 across, 5 up. Do that as many times as I wish. We'd say a minimum of 3, like that, is what you need to draw a line. So I'm going to just do a few more, and there we have it. This one's a bit trickier to see where the y-intercept is, because it's the bit without the x, so it's here. It's the 3. Now this is a gradient of -2, so it's going to come this way. So it's always good to have a little sketch like this before you get really fluent. So the gradient of 2 is 1 and 2. So I have to make it go in this direction, so it comes down. So 1 and 2, another 1 and 2. Just keep doing that as many times as you need to, and then you have it. So this is really much tougher to do, but the y-intercept's the same. It's still 2. But this time it's a positive gradient, but it's got to be 2/3. So it sounds complicated, but think about the previous video. When you draw this has to be 2, and this has to be 3, because 2 divided by 3 is 2 divided by 3, or 2/3. So from here we're going to go 3 along, and 2. Just remember, the positive has to go this way. Do that as many times as you need to. I'm going to speed it up a bit, and then draw your line. So that's how you draw a fractional graph, and you must admit that that would be a bit of a nightmare to do a table of values with. If you understand gradients, you can do any graph, or any straight line graph, very, very quickly. Let's take a look at one more. So this time this was a good one, because it looks like we don't have a y-intercept, but we do, because what is being added or subtracted at the end, or not the bit with the x? Nothing. So it's actually 0. We don't write +0 because we're writing +0 on everything. Now here's the gradient. So it's coming in a negative direction, so we know it's coming this way. And when we draw a triangle, the difference in the y divided by the difference in x has to be 2/5. So it's 2/5. So along 5, up 2. As many times as you need to do it. 3 is the minimum. If you go the other way, it's not a problem. As long as you're following this pattern here, draw your line, and you're done.